This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and of course this is another pack update. And of course this is the Kelty Map 3500. And this is really the pack outfitted the way in which I carry it. And this is what I learned by going through the exercise with the Maxpedition. I may switch back to the Maxpedition at various and sundry times depending on location, which is kind of the way it works. But I did learn a lot in having to deal with a pack really as small as it is, because the Maxpedition Vulture 2 is only a 2200 square inch pack, and then I had a bunch of little extra pockets and thingamabobs added onto it. Now the 3500 of course is not 3500 cubic inches, it's a designation, but when you really think about the cost of it, this 3500 is relatively inexpensive, even if you buy it at full price. At, let's say you buy it at $130 or $140, because it already has a frame, it already has pockets on the side of it, it already is a bigger pack, and it has a much better suspension system. Now, let me go through some of the things. Of course, I took out some things that were kind of, I could put in the other one because I had a sanitation pouch. Of course, this titanium shovel, which, believe it or not, really works. It's a real thin, less than an ounce titanium shovel, and as long as you use it as a shovel and pull with it, this will dig better than you think, okay? Of course, you're not going to go through compacted red clay with it, but that's a whole other story. But some of the things that I've changed in this pack compared to the other pack, which of course this pack goes ultra light. Why does it go ultra light? Because it's 2 and something pounds lighter in the first place. The other pack's around 5 and something pounds with all the pockets on it, and this is around a little over about 3 1/4, something like that. So, of course, we still have our coat, we still have our hat, this, there, the other. Is that important? Probably not. Of course, we don't have the buck because we don't have an ability to attach that anywhere. So, of course, we're using more bushcraft black. So that takes off a lot of weight. We have basically the same assortment of stuff, but the one thing that made it back into the pack, and I never realized how much I'd actually use this and how much of a good idea it was just a standard Nalgene bottle, so that when I'm out I can use it in a microwave, or I can do a lot of things with it, and it's very, very light. And of course this is the older version that's made out of two, so it's not going to kill you. And of course my titanium cup from Esbit, which I have marked. So that made it back into this pack. For the other pack, it was something to try and get some weight out of it, this, there, the other. And of course I still have the AquaQuest tarp. We still have our first aid kit / hygiene kit. Still got the sun jack. Still have the that there Wilderness Survival Man pack. The only thing I've ever done to that is, and it probably didn't show it on video, I put the larger Sequoia box. This is not the small one, it's the large one from Sequoia, and I did that a while back, and I've got a few other things in it, this, there, or the other. May have shown it on video, may not have, don't remember, don't care. But since we have this one tarp, of course, I went ahead and kept the other tarp in it as a good ground cloth because it's just more convenient. So we still have our Moore's pot, which is a 1.8 liter pot, which I've shown multiple times with all the other things that go with that. But one thing about the other kit was, since it was going to be an ultra wilderness survival, man, we're gonna go out and survive, man. It's got a 6-inch ferro rod, and then the ferrocerium rod, the smaller one that's about 3-inch that was in there, is now in this kit, taped up, looped up, and ready to go. Instead of just having a standard, let me see if I can find one, or let me see if I can find the one. instead of just having a standard rod. And of course this is bigger than the ones the military actually supply, but that's neither here nor there. So those are some of the things. I of course have a larger ferro rod. I've got 2 of them now, and both of them are outfitted with the tape setup and all the other crap. And the largest thing that a lot of people are basically in the tool configurations, we still have the Victorinox with the scissors, but on the kit that I really carry, I always have to have a Swiss Army Victorinox Explorer, and this is the Explorer Elite or whatever the hell it is. I don't even give a shit anymore. It's got a pin, which is actually kind of usable. It's got a standard little screwdriver in case somebody needs a standard little screwdriver, which I hope nobody does. And probably if someone asked, I wouldn't tell them I had it. But anyway, my favorite thing about this is it's got a magnifying glass, and if you are getting older and you have to see shit up close, small details, that's helpful. Okay. Of course, we've got our little pin for cleaning out, straight pin for cleaning out blisters and things like that. The other thing about this one that I really like, that I don't like about the one-hand trekker, is this has a standard type Phillips, man. It's not a Phillips coming off the back. And, you know, this is partly EDC too. Or going out on vacation, this, that, or the other. If you want to pop cork on a wine bottle, you got it rocking out, baby. There you go, baby. And, you know, if you want to pull something, pull some lashing tight, you can, of course, you can watch videos on how people do that and all that other crap. But anyway, it's just a good tool. So this, really, in this pack, is the knife. And, of course, we got the Bushcraft Black and also the multi-tool. But it's very light, it's very EDC, it's very this, there, or the other. Of course, I kept the AA battery flashlights in it and a few other things. But it's basically made this setup a little bit more user-friendly. If anybody remembers, I used to have, my plastic cup was this, which is just a space taker-upper. And then I had a stainless steel bottle, and then a Moore's pot, and I didn't have a cup, so of course, you know, I did that, and I learned that from the other setup, that for me, this works better. May not be your setup. If you're going out into the wilderness, and you're trying to do that type shit, a stainless steel bottle where you can actually purify water and do that type stuff's cool, but I can do it with my 1.8 liter pot. Now, and then we can eat out of that, and this, there, the other, and da, da, da. So, what I want to say is, I've shown you a lot of different setups. I've shown you a lot of variation and a lot of different ideas. None of which are that bad. In fact, they're very good depending on what's your environment, what you need, and what works in your world. I have to wind up and fix things for people all the time, you know, deal with people constantly. So for me, this setup works. It may not be the best setup for you, but there are some more suggestions. My biggest problem with any setup is weight, because every ounce or every gram adds up. I learned that doing hill climbs on road bikes a long time ago, because you know, you got to carry that weight back up that hill, folks, and you got to know where your kit is. You got to believe in it. And right now, these two knives probably be best kept up there, where they are actually in a space. If I put glasses in there, that's fine. But this pack, with all its capabilities, as far as the solar and as far as this and as far as that, has of course increased a tremendous amount, and I've taken a lot out of it. Where we're really at right now is this pack comes in somewhere around 18 pounds without water. And that's something you have to understand. When this pack is actually being deployed or used, the Nalgene will be here. Another water bottles will be on the other side. The food, of course, is in the Nalgene container. And I have to be a little bit more low-key because people, well, my family and a lot of other people sit there and say that I'm, in real life, I'm very intimidating. I intimidate a tremendous number of people because I seem very, I don't know. So for me, this type setup works a lot better. You may not have a problem with having Pals webbing and Molly gear and all this, that, or the other on yours. And I really didn't either. But this makes me feel less conspicuous. I think it's a better value. This pack, of course, I can carry more weight. I can do a lot more things. And even though in a more of a combat type situation or a situation where you are changing your gear all the time and having to have all the different packs and pouches and all the other kit, that may be the Maxpedition or any pack like it, like the Kelties that I've shown, or all the other packs that I've shown, the Kifaru or the Kiefer packs. Maybe, you know, maybe that's what you need. In my world, this is a little bit better. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one.